think I'm going to be able to end a class in an hour, but I never can. So 60 to 75 minutes. If you want to use any of my playlists, do you guys know how to find them on Spotify? My Spotify, if you want to. Okay, so if you want to use any of my playlists, feel free. And then, should we just do yoga? Let's just do it. I'm going to mute everybody. So if you have any noise in your background or anything like that, that's totally fine. Nobody can hear. And if you want to play your own music, that's totally fine too. And if my dogs start barking anytime during this, I apologize. I'll do the best I can. So muting. And all right, so let's go ahead and just get started in a comfortable seated position. So you find your comfortable seat on your mat. It can look so many different ways. You can sit in easy pose like me, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit up on top of a block or a blanket, you can kneel. Just sit up nice and tall. If you want to take a moment to just kind of move around a little bit, maybe roll your head around, roll your shoulders around, maybe reach your arms up. So just kind of stretching into your body for a moment. And then eventually find stillness. So no rush, but when you're ready, you can either just rest your hands in your lap, bring your hands to your heart, or bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. And then eventually just close your eyes. And take these first few moments to really arrive in your space. So wherever you are at, just feel into it. Notice sounds, perhaps notice smells, notice sensations. Feel just the support of the ground underneath you. And then bring your awareness from outside to inside. So how does your body feel this morning? What's going on inside? How do you feel not only physically, but also emotionally, energetically? So just what's present for you. And then start to bring some awareness to your breath. And let's just start with 3 great, big, huge cleansing breaths. So next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can and hold at the very, very top in fullness. See if you can even sip in just a little bit more. And then exhale, big open mouth sigh, let it go. And again, just like that, inhale, fill up. Hold at the top. And as you hold this breath, see if you can relax and soften around it. Exhale, open mouth sigh, release. And then one more time. So make this the biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Think of just waking up your body with this breath. Hold. And then as you're ready, big sigh, let it go. Seal your lips gently and start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose with a gentle constriction in the back of your throat. So start to create that oceanic sound, that little whisper noise with your breath. And see if you can breathe really deeply. So each time you inhale, you feel your low belly and your low back expand. And then each time you exhale, see if you can feel the exact opposite. So your belly button pulls in and up towards your spine, and you find what we call Uddiyana Bandha, so your core lock, or that connection to your center. So give yourself a moment to just simply sit and breathe, connect with your breath, connect with your own internal rhythm. And when you feel ready for some movement, take your breath with you and transition forward onto your hands and your knees. So eventually tabletop position. From your tabletop, you'll just move in whatever way calls to you. So that might be big circles with your hips. That might be cat-cow undulations. Maybe you just want to sit back into a child's pose and rest there for a moment. So this is just your time to really check in with your physical body, to notice what feels good. How does my spine feel this morning? How does my neck feel? How do my shoulders feel and my hips? I encourage you to keep your eyes closed for this part. So go inward as much as you can. If nobody was watching you, and for many of you, nobody is watching you. I just have my dogs. Nobody was watching you. How could you move? How could you explore this body that you've been given? So get out of your mind. Don't worry about how you look. Don't worry if it looks weird. And just feel. Go as deep as you can. Keep breathing those big, spacious breaths. And then I'm just going to say somewhere within your next 3 to 5 rounds, start transitioning back to downward facing dog. And you can take your time transitioning however you want to. So if you feel like a vinyasa, go for it. If you feel like hovering your knees above the ground and tabletop and then slowly pressing your hips up and back, go for it. So lots of different ways you can transition, lots of different ways you can explore and get into your own body this morning. So as you move back into your down dog, we'll be here for a few breaths. So it might feel really nice to pedal out your heels. Might feel really nice to walk your feet out wide to the width of your mat and then kind of transfer your weight on the diagonal. I always love doing that. If it feels good to lift one leg and then the other, or even come forward to a plank and press back to down dog a couple of times, those are all great options. So just explore your downward facing dog in your body this morning, right here, right now. So what can you notice? What can you feel? And then how can you use your breath to create even more space on the inside? Maybe close your eyes and feel your down dog from the inside. Feel your big, spacious breaths moving through you and use them to support you. Take one more big inhale, and as you inhale, see if you can lift your sit bones even higher. Exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop to the top of your yoga mat. So eventually find yourself in a forward fold, top of your mat, feet about hips width distance apart, or maybe even a little bit wider, all 10 toes face directly forward. We're going to be here for a moment, so you can grab opposite elbows if you'd like, or bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Maybe you want to sway from side to side, or just bob gently up and down. So try to keep your weight a little bit forward so you're not rocking back into your heels. Your weight is in the balls of your feet and your toes. And then really focus on using the strength in your core to lift your butt, lift your sit bones up towards the sky. So imagine, I say this in down dog all the time, imagine the same thing here, like there's a string attached to your belly button and it's pulling up towards the ceiling. Let your face be soft, let your neck relax, take a couple more deep breaths. Maybe visualize your breath flowing up your spinal column and then moving down the backs of your legs. Next time you breathe in, find your halfway lift. So spinal extension, get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, release, and bow. Do that one more time. Inhale, halfway up. So top of your head reaches forward, tops of your thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold. And then either roll or reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Inhale to stretch your arms up, maybe take your gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Flow with your breath, couple half sun salutes. Inhale, high mountain reach. Exhale, let your heart guide you all the way down, forward fold. With your inhale, halfway lift, spinal extension. And as you exhale, refold, bow. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart this time, reverse swan dive. So feel your back muscles hug around your spine as you lift. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And one more time, just like that. Inhale, high mountain. Try to touch the ceiling, touch the sky with your fingertips. Exhale, slow swan dive down. So really take your time, traction out your spine. With your inhale, find your spinal extension, Ardha Uttanasana. So again, back muscles hug around your spine, but your belly button stays drawing in and up. Exhale, fold. Now press firmly into your feet. Lead with your heart, rise up. Inhale to stretch tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, take your arms up. Well, let's take a side body stretch over to your right. So you can do whatever you want. I'm going to grab my left wrist. You can bring your right hand down to your right hip if you want to. You can interlace your fingers and steeple your index. So lots of options. Stretch into your left side body. Breathe into your left side. Imagine you've got an invisible block in between your inner thighs and squeeze it. Take one more full round. And then inhale, come back through center, reach up as tall as you can, realign through your spine. Exhale, other side. So I'm grabbing my right wrist. You can take your own variation. So maybe your left hand comes down to your left hip, or maybe you interlace your fingers. Breathe down your right side body. Bring a little more weight into your right foot. Hug in with your inner thighs. And then keep your right shoulder plugged into the socket. So if your right shoulder is way up next to your ear, think of drawing it down and back. Take one more big, huge, full body breath. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale back to center, arms to the sky. And as you exhale, hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder, interlace your fingers, and then roll your shoulders back and down. Hug your shoulder blades towards your spine. If it is available to you, see if you can start to reach your hands back away from your body. And then stay here, or final option, add a little back bend. So think heart lifts up as knuckles reach down. Keep a little tone through your low abdominals. So imagine you're trying to pull your belly button in and up. Take one more big inhale. Keep your hands clasped. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Dive down, forward fold. Keep your fingers interlaced and inhale to your halfway lift. So lengthen your spine. Feel your back muscles squeeze around your spine. Keep your hands clasped. Exhale, fold. Take about 2 more rounds. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. Reach your sit bones higher. Crown of your head towards the ground. Weight primarily in the front half of your feet. Where is your breath? Can you feel it? Can you make it even bigger? One last big inhale. Exhale, hands to your low back. Gently release your clasp. Let your arms hang and dangle. Maybe give them a nice little shake out. And then as you're ready, plant your palms and step your feet to the back of your yoga mat plank position. Take a big, huge inhale at the top of your push-up. You can come to your knees if you want. Exhale, lower just halfway down. Try not to let your belly drop or your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, press back up. We're going to do 3 slow motion push-ups. Exhale, halfway down. Come to your knees if you want to modify. Inhale, press up. And then one more. Exhale, halfway down. Think slow motion. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, press up. And then as slow as you can go, one strong straight line all the way down. Inhale, we're going to start with Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out nice and wide. Lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky, and then lift your chest up. Big inhale here. Lower your shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale, twist to the right and dip your left shoulder towards the ground. Should feel really nice. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other direction. So twist to the left, right shoulder dips down. Inhale, back to center, lift. One more time in each direction. This is like my favorite thing to do at the beginning of a practice. Move with your breath. Maybe close your eyes, feel into your body, feel into your shoulders, into your spine, put your awareness there. Inhale will eventually bring you back to center. Exhale to release. And then choose one more back bend variation anywhere you want to go and give it a couple breaths or so. So maybe baby cobra, full cobra, locust, sphinx, up dog. And no rush, but when you feel complete, downward facing dog. All right, and one more time, we've got a few breaths in our down dog. So if you want to move, if you want to explore, go for it. If you want to just be still, feel the movement of your breath inside your body, that's perfectly fine as well. If you want to turn it into a turbo dog, that's an option. So if you want a little more intensity, your option is to bend your elbows. Can't really see because Penny's in the way. Bend your elbows and squeeze them in towards each other. So your forearms hover just an inch or so above the ground. Keep lifting your sit bones really high so that invisible rope pulls up on your belly button and tugs slightly back. See if you can soften a little more through your face, through your forehead, your jaw. See if you can breathe even bigger. Take one more powerful inhale. And then exhale, look forward, empty out, step, tiptoe, or float. Forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift with your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet. Rise all the way up. Inhale, full body stretch. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're going to start to build our flow now. So inhale, arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, step your right foot off the right side of your mat. So your right foot comes off the right side of your mat. Arms reach out in front of you, and then bend your knees and sit your butt back. Now from here, I want you to bring your spine parallel to the ground and continue to reach your arms forward. So think of arms reaching straight forward and butt reaching straight back. Now imagine you're trying to press your arms up towards the ceiling or up towards the sky. So I want you to feel your back muscles really start to fire. Keep your face soft. See if you can keep the weight back in your heels. Pick up your toes, spread them. Take one more full round of breath. Inhale, back to high mountain. Open up the front of your hips, so maybe a little baby back bend. And then exhale, other side. So your left foot's going to step off the left side of your mat. Bend your knees, sit back, reach forward. So your butt's reaching back, your arms are reaching forward. You're going to keep your butt reaching back. Bring your spine parallel to the ground. So as you bring your spine parallel to the ground, really focus on not letting it round. So if you are in a place where you happen to be able to see yourself in a mirror, look at your spine. Does it look nice and long, or is it rounded? So just imagine that you're trying to press your arms up towards the sky as you press your chest down towards the ground. Keep the weight back in your heels. You should start to feel your back muscles burn. They should be firing. Take one more full breath. Pick up your toes, spread them. Inhale, back to high mountain, stretch tall. Exhale, let's add a little back bend. So cactus your arms, or I'm gonna take what's called oh so wonderful arms. So elbows come down kind of by my ribs, and then lift your chest up towards your chin and take your throat back. Keep pulling your belly button in and up. Press your hips very gently forward, but stay connected to your center. Take one more full breath. Inhale, arms re-extend, reach. Exhale, slow swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and you take your vinyasa however you want. So if you feel like adding push-ups, you can. If you feel like skipping it all together, you can. You can substitute cat-cows, take it on your knees. We'll see you back in down dog. And reconnect with your breath if you've lost it. Fire it back up. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. Keep your hips square. So your inner thighs should face each other, and your right hip should face down and maybe a little bit back. Press forward and down with your hands. Press up and back with your right foot. And then imagine that rope pulling up on your belly button. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose, curl in. Keep your hips nice and high. Stay here as you breathe in. Press the ground away. Breathe into your back body. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. And then you're going to rise up to your crescent lunge as you're ready in your own time. So front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Hips are nice and square. Think of energetically pulling your front heel back and your back toes forward. So you want lots of stability in your legs. Tone through your low abdominals, lift through your chest. Reach through your fingers. So make the pose. Expand all the way out into your fingertips. Breathe all the way out into your fingertips. Take a couple of rounds just being in your crescent lunge, feeling into it. Take your last big inhale here. And then as you exhale, twist to the right. Bend your back knee, left arm forward, right arm back. So you're twisting from your center, from your waistline. Squeeze your inner thighs and imagine you're trying to pull your right hip back and your left thigh forward. Back knee hovers above the ground. Try not to lean forward, so keep your weight nice and centered. Reach further towards the back of the room, further towards the front of the room or wherever you're at. So just expand and extend through your arms. Take one more breath. Exhale, empty out, twist further, twist to your edge. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, bring your hands to your yoga mat, pyramid pose. So step your back foot in about a foot or so. I like my feet on 2 train tracks with all 10 toes facing forward. If you like your feet on a balance beam with a little angle in your back foot, that's fine. Inhale to a halfway lift. So find length from the crown of your head back to your right hip. And then I'm going to bend my right knee for just a second and re-straighten my right leg by lifting my right sit bone up, 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 and pressing the top of my right thigh back. So you want to start to feel the front of your quad engage. Once you've got that, try to keep that. So you want that line of tension down the back of your right leg, and then slowly fold, bow over your front leg. If you have blocks at home, then you're more than welcome to use them underneath your hands. So think belly, then ribs, then chest gets closer to your front leg, then forehead towards your shin. So rather than rounding and trying to touch your leg with the top of your head, think of lengthening and then just relaxing into it. Use your exhales to pull your belly button in and up, and from that place, dive deeper, fold further. I promise those little teeny tiny micro adjustments, those little tiny awarenesses, that's where all the magic happens. That's where your body starts to change from the inside out. Give it a couple more rounds. And then I bet you guys can guess where we're going. Standing splits. So right foot is your base, left leg floats up. Reach your left leg super high, spread through your left toes. We're going to be here for about 5 rounds, so you can take it wherever you want to. Maybe right arm behind right leg. Maybe you plant your palms, play with your handstand hops, or just lifting up to your right tiptoes, preparing for your handstand hops. Make your left leg strong, left foot active. Got a couple more rounds. Stick with it. You guys are awesome. Listen carefully. See if you can stay rooted in your right foot. And then bring your left knee towards your nose. Don't set your left foot down. Now press into your right foot and stand all the way up, standing staff pose, so left knee lifts. If you had to set your left foot down, no big deal. So hug in with your inner thighs. Reach your arms up. Lift your left knee a little bit higher. Flex your left toes, breathe here, focus. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, low lunge, slow motion. See if you can touch your fingertips and your toes at the same time. So step back. Inhale, three-legged down dog, right leg to the sky. And either exhale straight to down dog or come forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale takes you back, downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to this moment right here, right now. Inhale, left leg to the sky, hips stay square, inner thighs face each other. So big, long, strong line from your fingertips all the way up to your toes. Notice if you got lazy in your right leg, hug your right inner thigh in and lift up from your center, from your belly button. Spread your left toes and think of breathing energy all the way up the length of your left leg. Make this pose really intentional. Bring in more awareness, create more space. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So curl in, keep your hips high. Take an inhale, press the ground away. You should be high on your back tiptoes. And then exhale, left foot steps through. Rise up to crescent as you're ready. So take a moment, find your alignment, your structure, your strength, your stability. So hips square. Think of ever so slightly pulling your front hip back and your back hip forward. Tone through your low abdominals, lift through your chest, reach through your fingertips, soften your face. Take a couple of breaths just in your crescent lunge and feel it, experience it. I feel like we get so tuned out of these poses that we do so often. See what you can find today, right in this moment. Take one more inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. So back knee hovers above the ground, right arm forward, left arm back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to pull your front hip back and your back thigh forward. So you can get even lower in your legs and then reach even longer through your arms. Twist more from your center. So right underneath your rib cage, think of wringing out. Use your exhales to twist to your very edge. Take one last breath. And then inhale back to crescent. So unwind, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Pyramid pose. Back foot steps forward about a foot or so. And again, I like my feet on 2 train tracks or 2 skis with all 10 toes facing forward. Some people prefer a balance beam, the little angle in their back foot. So whatever works best for you. Find your halfway lift. And then I'm going to bend my left knee for a moment. Re-straighten your left leg by lifting your left sit bone up and pressing the top of your left thigh back. So it's like you're trying to tilt the left side of your pelvis forward. If your pelvic bowl had water in it, you'd want to pour water out the front of your bowl. Once you've got that, you feel that line of tension down the back of your left leg. Begin your fold. Drape your torso over your front leg. So think belly, ribs, then chest, like you're lengthening and then releasing. Every time you exhale, draw navel to spine and see if you can dive a little bit deeper, fold a little bit further. So use your breath to get everything you can out of this posture. And give it a couple more rounds. And you know where we're going. Into your next exhale. Standing splits. Penny thinks I'm talking to her. No, you relax, Pen. So right leg lifts up, left foot roots down. And you can take this wherever you want. Again, you've got about 5 rounds, so maybe you play with your handstand hops. Maybe you play with your balance, left arm wraps behind left leg. Make sure wherever you choose to be, breath is with you. And think of keeping that right leg really strong, your right foot really active. Couple more rounds. Take one last inhale. And then as you exhale, think knee towards your nose. Stay balanced on your left foot. Now really press down into your left foot and stand up, standing staff pose. So right knee lifted, arms to the sky. Hug in with your inner thighs, flex your right toes. And I didn't say this last time, but if you want to extend your right leg forward, you're welcome to do so. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slowly, low lunge. See if you can get your hands and your foot to touch at the exact same time. And then three-legged down dog, left leg to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, straight to your down dog or come forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog, take it back. So take just a moment, walk it out, reconnect to your breath, find your own internal rhythm. We're going to go through that exact same sequence twice, one breath, one movement, so moving a little faster. If at any time you want to take a break, you want to do something different, that's totally up to you. I can't even see what you're doing anyway, so you do you. Take one more big inhale. And exhale, look forward, travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in, find that length in your spine. Exhale, fold, root through your feet, rise all the way up. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, reach your arms forward, butt back, spine parallel to the ground, get low. Inhale, come back to high mountain. Exhale, I'm calling this bear pose, so left foot steps left, bear pose, butt reaches back, spine parallel to the ground, arms reach. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, your back bend, so you can do any arm variation you want, just open it up. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, slow dive all the way down. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, slowly lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big, expansive inhale, right leg high. Now use your core strength. Exhale softly, right foot steps forward, lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back, back knee bends. Inhale, back to crescent, maybe little baby back bend. Exhale, hands to the earth. Pyramid pose with a halfway lift as you breathe in, so everything lengthens. Right sit bone lifts. Exhale, bow. Draw navel towards your spine as you work your forehead towards your shin. Inhale, standing splits. Left leg high. Exhale, left knee towards your nose. Stay balanced on your right foot. Now inhale, see if you can stand all the way up, standing staff. Option to extend your left leg forward. Exhale, low lunge, take it back, hands and toes touch at the same time. Inhale, three-legged down dog, right leg to the sky. Exhale, down dog, or take your vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot forward, lunge position. Strong through your legs. Inhale, crescent, rise. Exhale, twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. Inhale, back to crescent. Maybe add just a little baby back bend. Exhale, hands to the earth. Pyramid pose, halfway lift. Inhale, so everything really nice and long. Exhale, fold, torso drapes over your front leg, belly button draws up towards your spine. Inhale, standing splits. Curl your fingertips forward, float your right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Try to stay balanced on your left foot. Inhale, standing staff. So all the way up. Maybe right leg extends. Exhale, low lunge, slow and controlled transition. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, come forward. Your vinyasa, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. All right, take a great big huge inhale into your dog pose. Everybody stay here, big sigh out your mouth. Inhale, fill up. And then this time, look forward, exhale, and step or float, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhalation. And as you exhale, release. Root through your feet, rise up. Inhale, take your arms up, full body stretch. Exhale, hands to heart, and we've got one more round. You know it now, make it a moving meditation. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, right foot steps to the right, bear pose. So butt back, arms forward, get low in your legs, weight in your heels. Inhale, high mountain. And exhale, left foot steps to the left. Inhale, high mountain, reach. Exhale, back bend of your choice. Work it intentionally. Inhale, back to center, so realign. Exhale, slow dive down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, shoulders back and down. Exhale, hips lift, downward facing dog. Stick with me, inhale, right leg high, active through your right foot. Now use your core strength. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Make your breath inform your movement. Exhale, twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Maybe back knee kisses the ground. Inhale, back to crescent. Maybe little baby back bend. Exhale, hands down. Pyramid pose with your halfway lift. Breathe in. So lengthen everything. Lift your right sit bone up. Exhale, fold, bow. Belly towards your spine, forehead towards your shin. Inhale, standing splits. Back leg floats up. Try to stay balanced on your right foot. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, standing staff. All the way up. Option 2, extend your left leg. Exhale, low lunge, take it back. Hands and toes touch at the same time. Inhale, three-legged dog. And with your exhale, straight to down dog or move through your vinyasa. I'm skipping it this time. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're almost there. You guys stick with me. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps through. Strong, stable legs. Inhale, rise, crescent. Exhale, twist left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Maybe back knee taps down. Inhale, back to crescent. Maybe little back bend. Exhale, hands to the earth. Pyramid pose, halfway lift. Breathe in. Lots and lots of length. Exhale, work your fold. Draw your belly button in and up all the way to empty. Inhale, standing splits. Right leg lifts. Spread your toes. Exhale, knee to your nose. Stay balanced on your left foot. Rise up, standing staff. Maybe right leg extends. Now slow controlled transition. Exhale, low lunge. Hands and toes touch at the same time. Inhale, three-legged dog. And vinyasa. Exhale, come forward. This time, you guys, we're gonna end up either in child's pose or seated meditation. So option to just sit your hips back onto your heels. I know Chris is on Zoom and she likes to take screaming toe pose here. That's an awesome option. So if you want to stretch through the soles of your feet, tuck your toes under, sit back onto your heels. So wherever you've chosen to go, this is your time just to reconnect. Slow down your breath. Just feel all the energy. Imagine it, maybe visualize it as stardust. Feel it just flowing through you and soak it all in. Close your eyes and just notice. Just be present. Feel what it feels like to be alive inside your body right now. You can take a couple exhales if you want to, out your mouth. And then eventually, let's meet back in downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, take your right leg high. Exhale, open up your right hip, so bend your right knee, squeeze your outer right butt cheek, flex through your right toes. So imagine there's a rolled up washcloth behind your right knee and you're trying to squeeze it and wring it out. Then see if you can lift your right knee a little bit higher. Try not to collapse into your left shoulder or your left hip. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Inhale, three-legged dog, take it back up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or maybe even higher. If you want, you can add your little push-up. Try not to let your left shoulder roll forward. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, and then when you are empty, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Rise up to crescent lunge. And then from your crescent lunge, so take a moment to find stability through your legs. Bring your right hand down to your right thigh. Press your right hand down and reach your left arm higher. Now start to reach your left fingertips over towards the right, so side body stretch. Feel all that length in your left side. We're going to use it to twist here in just a moment. Take one more inhale. Exhale, twist, left elbow to the outside of your right knee, hands to prayer. If this is too much, left hand can come to the ground inside your right foot, right arm to the sky. If you have your hands in prayer, press your palms together and see if you can use that to leverage your twist. Imagine you're trying to pull your belly button away, up and away from your right thigh. If you want to extend your arms, go for it. Take 2 more breaths. After your second exhale, so use that exhale to twist, 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 then slowly unwind, wide-legged forward fold. So hands all the way over the left side of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. You can widen your stance a little bit if you want. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, let it go. So about 5 breaths, either in your wide-legged fold, just breathing, working the pose with your breath. If you want to explore any sort of movement, please feel free, completely up to you. Make your breath bigger, more spacious, more powerful. Last couple rounds. All right, next time you inhale, halfway lift. Pause in your halfway lift. Maybe bring a little micro bend into your knees. Reach your butt way back. And see if you can reach your arms out to the right and to the left. Squeeze your back muscles. Hug them around your spine. Lengthen from the top of your head back to your hips. Straighten your legs if you can and get the front of your thighs to fire. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Crawl your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes to face forward. Root down into your right foot. Inhale, standing staff. So all the way up, arms reach, maybe left leg extends. Exhale, back to low lunge. You're gonna go about 2 or 3 more times, back and forth. Inhale, standing staff. Exhale, low lunge. Go at your own pace. You can move slower than me or faster than me. Just do it with awareness. And so finish the one you're on, and then take one more. End up in a low lunge position. So you want your right leg to kind of start to burn, to fire up. Your right hip especially. Once you're back in your low lunge, stay there. Inhale, 3-legged down dog, right leg high. So all the way back and up. And then exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down. You want your right knee wider than your right hip, so towards the outer edge of your mat. Pull right hip back, left hip forward, so you get that hugging in towards midline, the structure and the strength of the pose. And then as you're ready, bow forward, humble pigeon. If you know this pose works better for you on your back, you can take it there instead. And just breathe here. Visualize your breath moving all the way down into your outer right hip. Notice, where are you tensing up? Where are you resisting? So for me, a lot of times I find myself clenching my jaw, especially when I'm doing hip stretches. So soften through your face, through your neck, your shoulders, your hands. And you've got about 5 more breaths here. See if you can breathe even bigger, and if you want, you can exhale out your mouth. Last couple breaths. Imagine you're trying to drag your right hip towards the back of your yoga mat energetically. Slowly begin to lift your upper body. And then from here, 3-legged down dog. So plant your hands, tuck your back toes, push the ground away from you, take your right leg back and up, give it a nice little shake out. And if it would serve you, option to flip your dog as a counter stretch, wild thing. Otherwise, whatever movement calls to you, and everybody eventually meet back in downward facing dog and just walk it out. You can take a vinyasa if you want to just kind of reset before we go for the other side. All right, my friends, reconnect to your breath. Next time you inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, peel your left hip open, so bend your left knee, Reach your left knee out to the left and then up. Try not to sink into your right hand, your right shoulder, or your right hip. Squeeze your invisible rolled up washcloth through the back of your left knee, flex your left toes, squeeze your outer left butt cheek. See if you can lift your left knee a little bit higher, open a little more. One last inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left to left, as high as you can get on your left arm. Add that push-up if you want. Try not to dip through your right shoulder or your butt. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Then step your left foot forward, lunge position. Rise up to crescent lunge. Take a moment. Woo, stabilize. Think of just that ever so slight pulling back of your left hip, pulling forward of your right. Big inhale. Exhale, left hand to your left thigh. Press your left hand down, reach your right arm higher. And then start to reach your right fingertips over to the left. So lengthening through your right side body. Breathe into that for a moment. Feel that length there. You're going to use that length to twist. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee or thigh. Hands to prayer position. Press them together. I'm making a fist with my right hand, left palm pressing into my fist. Press your hands together. Leverage your twist. Imagine you're trying to pull your belly button up and away from your left thigh. If this is too much, right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky. Keep your back leg strong. Keep squeezing your inner thighs and twisting from your center. About 2 more deep breaths. You guys are awesome. Use your exhales to twist to your edge. Very end of your next exhale. Unwind your upper body. Wide-legged forward fold. So hands over to the right side of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten out your legs. Halfway lift on an inhale. And then keep that length in your low spine. Exhale, either fold or go anywhere you want to go for about 5 breaths. Good job, you guys. Wherever you are at, make sure your breath is right there with you. Last couple rounds. All right, I turn to face you just in case you need to see this. So inhale to a halfway lift. Pause here, bring that little teeny tiny micro bend into your knees and really think of reaching your butt back. Now this time, option to reach your arms out to the right and to the left, or see if you can reach your arms straight forward. So just like we did in bear pose when we were standing at the top of our mat. Think of pressing your arms up and your chest down. Maybe straighten your legs and get the front of your thighs to fire up. Take one more deep breath. Big, huge inhale, tons of length. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Crawl your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes to face forward. So left foot is at the top of your mat. You're going to root into it and then rise all the way up. Standing staff, arms reach. Maybe right leg extends. Exhale, low lunge, slowly with control. So you know this movement now. We've done it a lot. Go back and forth with your breath. Nice and easy. Slow and steady. You can go faster than me. You can go slower than me. Does not matter. Just move with intention, with awareness. And feel the heat start to build in your left leg. So we're heating it up. And then we're going to stretch it out. Take 2 more rounds. End up in your low lunge position. And then from low lunge, three-legged down dog, left leg all the way back and up. Inhale, exhale, pigeon pose, left shin forward. So left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat. Pull left hip back, right hip forward, so hug towards midline. And then as you're ready, bow forward, humble pigeon. Nice and easy. Relax into it, soften into it, surrender. Big deep breaths. I like to visualize my breath sometimes as a bright white light flowing all the way down into my outer left hip, just swirling around there, creating space, softening. You can visualize it like stardust moving down into your left hip. And soften through your face, unclench your jaw, loosen up through your forehead. See if you can breathe bigger than you even thought you could. So I'm obsessed with the breath these days. I think the breath is so much more powerful than we think it is. So see if you can get more out of each breath. We've got about 5 more rounds. Exhale out your mouth anytime. If it's uncomfortable, can you just let it be uncomfortable? I promise it's temporary. Just breathe into it. Last couple rounds. Good job, my friends. And I'm just going to let you in your own time. So if you want to stay a little longer, that's fine. Otherwise, three-legged down dog. So in your own time, find your way back to three-legged down dog. Give your left leg a nice little shake out. You can flip it if you want to as a counter pose or don't. It's completely up to you. Eventually, one final downward facing dog. So when you're ready, just both feet on the ground, walk it out. It should feel really good, really spacious here. Breathe into it. Back in your down dog. If you would like to take one last vinyasa, please feel free. Otherwise, take about 3 more rounds in your regular downward facing dog. Just really think of moving into all the space you have created throughout our practice. Nice work, my friends. Go ahead, bring your knees gently down. Find your way into a seat, legs facing forward. And then make sure you have plenty of space behind you. Legs forward, arms forward. Hollow out your belly and very slowly, one vertebra at a time, lower yourself down onto your back. Try not to let your legs lift. Once you are on your back, full body stretch, arms long, legs long, pull yourself apart. So traction out through all the little tiny spaces, traction out through your spine. Big inhale. Exhale, draw your right knee in, supine spinal twist. So scoot your hips over to the right a little bit. Right arm reaches out to the right, roll over onto your left side body. Breathe down into your belly. Big Buddha belly breaths. You can gaze up or over your right shoulder. You are winding down now, so you can let your breath start to dissipate a little bit, but see if you can keep it moving down into your belly. And with each exhale, just let yourself melt into the ground a little bit more. Roll back onto your spine. Keep your left leg extended. Hug your right knee all the way up towards your right armpit. Hands in front of your right shin. Give it a big squeeze in and up. And then half happy baby with your right leg. So the sole of your right foot faces the sky. Grab hold of your foot if you can. If that's too much, ankle, shin, or the back of your thigh is fine. Imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. Neutral spine, so backs of your shoulders, backs of your hips root down. Flex your right toes. One more breath here. Sorry, you guys, my Instagram video stopped. So go ahead and release your right leg. Take it out next to your left. Full body stretch one more time. So arms long, legs long. I hate technology. So pull yourself apart. Big, huge inhale. And then exhale, draw your left knee in. Hug in for just a moment, and then find your supine spinal twist. So left arm reaches out to the left. Scoot your hips over to the left. Roll onto your right side. And gaze up or over your left shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. So even though we're winding down, keep those big belly breaths going. I think personally this is a time when it feels really, really good to breathe really, really deep. It's funny because sometimes people think they're breathing deep, but they don't even know what breathing deep is. So really, even if you think you're breathing deep, really keep exploring it. Keep being curious. Always, always, always. I bet you can breathe even deeper. Try to keep your left shoulder rooted down. If it lifts up a little bit, that's okay. Just have the intention, keeping back of your shoulders rooted down, your chest square towards the ceiling. Take your last couple breaths here. And then roll back onto your spine. Keep your right leg extended. Adjust your hips so they're straight down from your shoulders. Squeeze your left knee in and up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Half happy baby with your left leg. Flex your left toes. So give yourself at least a couple breaths in your half happy baby. Then if you want to turn it into a full happy baby, please feel free. And then from here, you guys, I'm going to give you 10 to 20 breaths to finish off your own practice. So if you want one last inversion, one last heart opener, if you want to just relax, maybe feet together, knees apart, or feet apart, knees together, you can go straight into your Shavasana right now if you'd like. So as you are finishing off your practice and eventually settling into your Shavasana, I will read a little reading to you by, of course, my most favorite. Everybody knows Jeff Foster. So this is called The Secret of All Healing. He says, don't try to love yourself. The trying is the self-hatred. The trying is exactly what depletes you. Instead, make room for the part that doesn't love, or doesn't know how, or mistrusts love, or was never taught it. Hold that fragile part of you in loving awareness. Breathe into the battle inside. Infuse your non-acceptance with inquisitive attention. Immerse your frustration in meditation. Don't try to love yourself. Simply oxygenate the unloved one. So I feel like self-love is this thing that we're always striving for. And it's so deep. There's so many layers, so many complexities. So rather than trying so hard to quote unquote fix ourselves in order to love ourselves, can you just accept yourself exactly the way you are, as you are, how you are? So any part of yourself that you feel like you don't love, the dark parts, the hidden parts, the shadow parts, just be with those parts, allow them. Don't even try to love them, just allow them. Accept yourself where you are and let yourself be held and be nurtured by you. So for these last few moments, and I will bring you out of Shavasana. So if you have music going, you can leave it going. If you want to turn it off, you're welcome to. If you have lots of noises around you, just let those noises be something that you get to observe in your Shavasana. If you want to leave the meeting and just lay there for as long as you want, maybe you lay there for the next hour, then feel free. So for these last few moments, just let your breath become effortless. Let your body just give in to gravity. And give yourself these last few moments to just soak in all parts of you. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Start to bring just small, gentle movements back into your body. And as you feel ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take a couple breaths there. And as you lay on your side body in fetal position, just think of checking in with your inner child, loving your inner child. And then using the strength in your arms, ease your way up into a seat. So just right back where we began, sitting up nice and tall, eyes closed. Hands gathered to your heart center to close our practice. So just take one final moment, bow your head to your own heart, and acknowledge yourself for taking the time out of your day to show up on your yoga mat when nobody is making you, nobody is watching you. You are accountable to nobody but yourself. So thank you so much for being here, for letting me guide you, taking the time to connect with a deeper part of you. I thank you guys with all of my heart. It means the world to me. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. I'll mute you guys and then unmute you guys. I don't even know how to do this. You can unmute yourselves if you want. Thank you. You guys are the best. I'm feeling much better. Monday night is my last day of quarantine, then I can be free again. So, love you. Love you. Thank you. So good to see your faces. Mwah.
Thank you, honey. Love you.
You're welcome, Mama. Love you. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Chris. Bye, Cam. Bye, Dane. She's a good girl. Good. Girly, you were so good, honey. You were a very good girl. And thank you for being so good. You were so good. You were so good. You were so good. Yes, you were. Very, very good. Do you want me to... What you do is guys barking at? What's it barking? Should we go see it outside? Should we go see outside what's going on? Oh, I forgot to turn this off.